Hey there, gearheads. Let's take a trip back to 1990, a year marked by the Home Alone craze, the reunification of Germany, and when Ford rolled out one of its iconic yet misunderstood beasts, the 1990 Ford Bronco. Now, before we dive into the nuts and bolts, let me share a fun tidbit. Did you know the Bronco was the getaway car in O.J. Simpson's infamous low-speed chase? Yep, this vehicle's been a part of some memorable, albeit dubious, moments in history. So, let's talk heart. The engine. The 90 Bronco offered a few, but the most talked about was the 5.8-liter Windsor V8, pushing out a respectable 210 horsepower. Not exactly earth-shattering numbers by today's standards, but back then it gave you a surge of power that was more than adequate for tackling off-road adventures or just cruising through the suburbs. Moving on to performance, the Bronco wasn't trying to be a nimble sports car. This was a good, old-fashioned SUV with a rudimentary four-wheel drive system. It was rugged, burly, and straightforward. Press the pedal, and you felt raw mechanic vigor, albeit a bit dated. The suspension wasn't what you'd call sophisticated, solid axles and leaf springs made for a bouncy ride, but hey, it could conquer rugged terrains that would leave modern crossovers quaking. Now let's chat culture. The Bronco didn't just stop at being a road and trail companion. It became a symbol of the early 90s Americana, bold, uncomplicated, and ready for anything. It was the kind of vehicle you saw in summer road trip movies or parked outside your neighbor's house with a canoe strapped on top. Of course, it wasn't all roses. The Bronco had its fair share of quirks and issues. Reliability wasn't its strong suit. Owners often complained about its penchant for rust. Those wheel wells were notorious tinworm bait. Then there were the fuel economy woes, gulping down gasoline like a college student with a free bar tab. It wasn't exactly what you'd call eco-friendly. And let's not forget the interior. Classic, if you're generous. Bare bones if you're realistic. No fancy digital screens or plush leather seats. Instead, you got hard plastics and fabric you wouldn't rave about. Spartan would be one way to describe it, and some might argue it added to the charm, depending on what you're into. But here's the thing. For all its flaws, the 1990 Ford Bronco was a genuine, unapologetic piece of automotive history. Its simplicity was its strength. It didn't pretend to be something else. It was like that rugged friend who's always up for a camping trip, even if he forgets the tent poles occasionally. So there you have it, the 1990 Ford Bronco, a vehicle that might not win every beauty contest or reliability award, but it surely knows how to leave a lasting impression. Whether you loved it or shook your fist at it, you can't deny it had character. And in a world increasingly filled with indistinguishable SUVs, sometimes character is all you really need. Cheers.